Created as the WPA project, the War Memorial Room in the Willmar City Auditorium is a reverent tribute to our veterans.
This room was designed to be more or less a room of reverence. It is part of the City Auditorium, but the room was designed and developed with a lot of veterans groups that wanted a room set aside to honor those that served in their country and especially those that gave their life. Well, I served in the military and spent 4.5 years in the Navy, and so I come in and enjoy that part, that it's very nice to have a facility that is at least being recognized. I came back during the era of the Vietnam era that servicemen got absolutely no recognition and no acknowledgement. It's nice to still have a room that is dedicated to those and try to preserve the memories of those that served their countries.
My name is Dick Hoga. I was a veteran of World War II. I was in the occupation of Japan at Tachikawa. This room is very important to me as a veteran. It signifies the fact that we are honoring our veterans. It brings back memories for me.
The entire building project was a project that was started in 1935, worked on through 36 and 37, was completed in 1937 and dedicated. The mural itself did not get completed until 1938. The interesting thing about the whole building is this was all WPA workers. Almost all of the workers here were out of work, and a lot of them had no skills, and so they were taught the skills, given a job, and so this is a project that was done by workers that were trained as they went along. During the building of this, my attempts were made to contact each state and get a stone, and as a result we did get all the stones. When Hawaii and Alaska were added as states, arrangements were made to get stones from there, and we have those on the walls. A lot of the stones have some important information. One of the unique ones is California stone. The Golden Gate Bridge was being built the same time the City Auditorium was being built. And this came out of one of the boulders that was being blasted out of the ground to put the foundation in for the Golden Gate Bridge. So we do know where the California stone came from. Unfortunately, right next to it is the Minnesota stone, and we have no record of that. We presume it came from St. Cloud, granite, state rock. But we do not have any record of where exactly the stone from Minnesota came from. The name of the artist that headed up the project was Richard Haynes. We have yet to figure out who all the artists were. We do know that there was more than one artist. There's some very unique things on the mural. One of them is on the north wall. We have a picture of airplanes. And when the artists were working on it, they kept commenting about the uniqueness of those airplanes, because at the time that this was being painted, 1936 and 37, there were no planes of that design. The other thing is we have a situation where they show a lot of electrical towers coming across the countryside. And a lot of the historians are saying, you know, well, most of those towers probably didn't appear until in the 1940s. So they're again saying the artist had to have seen those somewhere and decided to put them into the artwork. When you're looking at the mural, it's a very good picture to look at of artwork from the 1930s and the 40s, Depression era artwork. Because if you look at the women in the project, or in the mural, they're very hard-faced, very harsh features, smoking a pipe, typically not what they would have been look like today under present painting. Some of the other interesting things is that the horses that are showing in here are totally different, and so the artists are saying that they have to be painted by different artists. There's a lot of mystery on some of this that we haven't fully answered, and then unfortunately most of the people that worked on the project are no longer living, and we're not able to answer those questions. The artwork that was done in all of the doors was again done by WPA workers. It's all hand carved, and unfortunately we're back to the situation where we don't know what all the symbols are. We've been unable to trace to find out exactly what the symbols represent. We have some moon with the stars, some lightning, but there are a lot of them here that it's very difficult to figure out exactly what they are. And we have no record, nor can we find any record down in the state why they designed these and why they handcrafted all of these in the doorways. But the doors in the entire building, front entrance and into the memorial room, all have hand carvings. I come in here, and I've been in here so many times, and so there's always some different things to look at. I love the stonework. I love the specialty artwork on the woodworking and the murals. And probably what intrigues me most is all of the history that we don't know about this room.
The architecture is very good. The inside of this room here is very, very special. I like to see it preserved forever, ever, and ever.
The group of us are working out to make sure that the City Auditorium is preserved and get people to be aware of it and all the unique features of it.